Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? So, I want to address something and, speak on some history a little bit. So, on Facebook, I received a troll comment on a post that I posted on on this group page called Memories of Manila and Beyond. Back in 2021, I used to be a part of that group, but I left the group because I noticed that there were a lot of white people in that group, um, you know, keeping Filipinos dumbed down and, just hiding and, concealing a lot of historical information that a lot of Filipinos don't know. So I shared this post in that group by a content creator named Mr. Imhotep, who makes really good posts telling about the history of ancient Kemet in particular, but also the history of Black people in other parts of the world, such as the Philippines. So I shared this post of his where he was talking about the indigenous people, the indigenous Africans of the Philippines who were the first and original inhabitants of the Philippines. So I shared this post uh, taken in 19 in the year 1970 in Lucos Island of the indigenous Africans that lived there. So fast forward later to this year, 2 days ago, as you can see, I received a troll comment from a fellow Filipino who's just clearly ignorant and unaware of the history, the true history of his island, and saying that this is fake. The whole thing is written entirely in Tagalog. Hold on, there's an option here that says C translation. All right, so I just translated it. I pressed the I'm Filipino and I can understand and read Tagalog pretty well, but instead of me taking my time trying to translate the entire thing, I just automatically translated it since Facebook has that option. So I'm gonna read what it just translated in English. So he says, "It's not true. That's still in 1970. Just imagine they were in the mountains and it was 1970. Are you that quick to believe when someone posts something like this? Before in the very plains of the barangay in the province, it was difficult to find a photographer. Are they still there in the mountains in the year 1970? Think first, because not everything that is seen and shown on social media is true." And that's what reprobate minded people like him say. And I don't blame him because Philippines has been colonized and conquered several times by the Spaniards. First by the Spaniards for several centuries, and then America attempted to colonize um, the Philippines. And I believe that the Philippines eventually gained independence from America, if I'm not mistaken. But, there is still a pretty huge American influence in the Philippines, which is why a lot of Filipinos today still think the way they think. There are a lot of people in the world waking up and waking up to the truth and realizing and learning about the black African origins of this planet and how history and civilization was started and founded by the black man and the black woman. But there are still a good vast majority of Filipinos that are unaware of that very history. And, Filipinos also have been, since they were colonized by a lot of these Western nations, they are also very religious and worship white Jesus. And, even when you say that Jesus was really and truly a black African man, and that the original Hebrews and Jews were Africans, a lot of Filipinos are gonna look at you and point fingers at you and say that you're spewing out blasphemy and hatred towards God. But truth be told, Jesus was black. So-called Jesus Christ. That's just FYI. That's not even his name. Okay, that's what the Romans called him. His true name was and is Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay? Yahushua HaMashiach was a black African, and so were the original Jews and Hebrews. The original Arabs, the original Egyptians were also black Africans. The original Native Americans were also black Africans as well, that migrated through Asia to North America from Africa thousands of years ago. And the original inhabitants of Asia and the Philippines were all black. Do you want to know where Mongoloid Asians today, like, the Filipinos that live, even though they're dark-skinned, the Filipinos that live in the island of the Philippines today are Mongoloids. Where do Mongoloids come from? If you do your research, you'll learn and come to find that Mongoloid people, along with white people, come from the Caucasus Mountains. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate and backlash on this video for saying that. A lot of Filipinos are probably going to come trolling to my channel and, saying exactly what this man has said to me. But that's the truth. I, as, one of those Filipinos, I acknowledge that, the Filipinos that you see living in the Philippines today are not the original Filipinos. The original Filipinos were black Africans, and they are still there today and being mistreated by the government in their own homeland. Yet you Filipinos have the nerve to, claim and believe that that land is yours when it really and truly isn't. No, you need to pack your behinds and go back to the Caucasus Mountains where you and all these other Asians and white people came from. Because we were never indigenous to the Philippines. And it's not just the Philippines where Africans first inhabited. They also inhabited other parts of the world too, like Central and South America and even Europe. Yes, Europe. You might when Europe comes to mind, you think as a place where white people live. No, not even white people were indigenous to Europe. At one point, thousands and thousands of years ago, before white people emerged from the Caucasus Mountains, Europe was inhabited by Africans. Research this man called the Cheddar Man. He was a black African man that was excavated from the UK and lived like some between 7 to 4,000 years ago. I'm not making this shit up. This is not my opinion, okay? These are facts. These are facts. The whole world at one point was black. And is today still black. remnants of ancient African societies and civilizations still exist in these desolate parts of the world today. Okay? So, before y'all come trolling, you know, on my comments and channel, you need to educate yourselves and do some research first. Okay? And if you don't like it, then maybe the truth isn't for you. And you just might as well continue to be white worshipping people that you are. Because I can't educate and bring everybody to the truth. I can only, teach so much people. There's only so much I can do to, teach and, bring truth and information. I can't save everybody. And that's not even my job anyway. That's the Most High's job. The Most High is the reason why I, as a non-black person, has come to the truth since 2017. So I'm not going to say that it's my calling and mission to save everyone. No, that's ultimately the Most High's job. And if you want to continue hating on black people, aka Africans, then guess what? You also hate the Most High too and are against him. Because the scriptures say that black people / Africans are his people. And black people and Africans are the embodiment of God. They are the universe. So if you hate black people and Africans, you hate God as well. That's just the truth of it. You've been lied to and misled, believing that God and Jesus were white people. No, they were not white. The modern day pictures you see of Jesus today is very, very, very inaccurate. And the modern day depictions you see of Jesus today as a white man is based off this rapist and pedophile and incest named Caesar Borgia. Look him up. Not making this shit up either. These are facts. Okay? Take it or leave it. But I just wanted to bring this up. And I'm not doing this for clicks, likes, and views. I am aware that there are a lot of Mexicans right now that are trying to get black people on their side by by teaching black history and acknowledging the black history of Mexico, because these, as you see, these Mexicans are getting deported and now they need black people to be at their side. No, I'm not doing this just to get black people on my side and to get approval and to impress black people. I'm not doing this. If you look back at several of my videos on this channel, I've been making videos for years and years and years and years and years. It's just that for a long time I haven't been making videos because back in 2020 this channel got banned by YouTube, but somehow through an appeal I was finally able last year to get this channel back. But I still haven't been making that much videos because of me being busy with work. But I'm still trying to get this channel up back and running again. And that's why I'm making these videos again, to continue to teach and educate people the truth. Okay? But let me know what you guys think about this. Oops. Let me show you one last time the pictures of the original and indigenous people of the Philippines. Look. There they are. Seems like they're hunting a python. I don't believe pythons. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe pythons are even exist in the Philippines anymore. I know they exist in parts of India and most parts of Africa, but yeah, these two men, these two black men, black African men that you see right here in this picture, taken in the year 1970 at Lucos Island, Philippines. They are the remnants and descendants of the original and indigenous inhabitants of the Philippines, and they still live there today. And I wish and hope them all the best. I hope they continue thriving and getting through being an unfortunate minority on that island. I hope that they repopulate that island again. And there comes a time where Filipinos wake up just like black people and realize the true history of their nation and country. So let me know what you think about this, and I will see you guys on the next video.